friends, and welcome to my channel, new and returning subscribers. It's Margie from the Budget Evolution, where we have fun saving our money. And today we are working on our big savings day, which we stuff our 100 envelope savings challenge, which we are trying to save 10K. We do our low priority binder, randomizing, and we also do our 3 months ahead binder, and we're doing our 3K binder today. So let's get started. Let's see how much money we have here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 400, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 500, and 10, 510, 15, 25, 35, 40, 540, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. So $560 we have to spend. Move that up a little bit. Okay, so might as well do the first one here, which is our 100 envelope challenge. We are getting so close. Look at all of those. Now, these are all prop dollars because we put in real money. Then later on, I take out the real money, put it in a high yield savings account so I can gain interest. And this is not sitting in the house. All right, so we are doing, that's a real $100 bill, and then I'll exchange it later off camera. And that's number 90. Oh my gosh, that means there's $9,000 we have saved so far. We have 91, 92, and then 93. Oh my God, look how close we are. We are so close. Just, I think 2 more stuffings and we might be done. So $9,300 is in our 100 envelope. Let me get our tracker. Okay, so here's our tracker. So we did 300, so we can mark this one off. So the 350 is marked off, and we did 100 here. So that would be our 400. And then this will be $300 left in that icon. Okay. So that is done. Next up is going to be our 3 months ahead. I wanted to show you the first 10 envelopes. These are fully funded. So we have hubby, we have dining out, gas and parking, household, puppy, water, student loan, blah, blah, blah. This is all now in the bank. So I'm gonna put that off to the side. And this is the binder we are working on. This is the next 20 envelopes, which is going to be 10 ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So let me just move this back. Put this here and see how much money we have now in here. Ooh, we're gonna get close to another condensing by the end of the month. So we have 50, 70, 80, 95. Ooh, 95. That is exciting. So that was property taxes. That's the one we forgot about. And that money has been transferred over. I did take from my income tax refund. We took out 1 month ahead and we put that into our high priority, high yield savings account. So I don't need to keep counting these because they're all 95. You guys can do this too. It is so easy. We started out with just, if you haven't been here watching from the beginning of my journey here with my 3 months, 2 months, 1 month ahead, we started with $1, a dollar an envelope. So $20 a paycheck is what we were setting aside for this binder. And that's how it started. And whenever we had extra money, that first year, I would bump it up to like $2, $3, maybe a $5 stuffing, but it had to be the same amount for all the envelopes. And then when you start funding that last envelope, and that's how it snowballs. So we call it a snowball savings. I'm not gonna take it all out, just gonna pop it in there. And we have here 20, 10, and that's how it happens, because the last envelope is going to be your smallest. Well, the way I do it is going to be my smallest envelope, because then it looks like you're making progress when you're filling up the binders. Like, you know, when we were doing this binder, the last envelope is $50. So in a couple of like weeks or months, we could easily get to $50. So the money that you were putting in here, say it was $1. Now, once this is fully funded, the next envelope gets $2, and then all the other ones get $1. And then when this gets filled up, this envelope gets $3. Do you see how that works? And it doesn't matter whether you're using dollars, you're using, $5 bills, $10 bills, it doesn't matter. It works the same way, and it's just a snowball. It's kind of how like you would pay payments off for a debt snowball. And then our last dollar is going into my spending, and they all now have $95 in there. That is so exciting. I am so happy that we're doing this. I was watching Managing My Money with Rosa is where I got my idea from. And then then you started to see other content creators either already had one or something slightly different. And everybody's kind of taken that idea and just, made it to fit their budget and their way of saving. But everybody's like, I hope you do too, because we should have this is my emergency fund. If I lose my job, we still need to pay our bills. So these are the most important bills that I know have to get paid every single month, even if I lost my job. There you go. Or money that we need, like, to gas money or, paying for the electric, or whether it's groceries, those are the things that we have to have in order to live. That is my emergency fund. So that is my 3 months ahead. We are up to 3 months. That is what we're working on. Next up, let's do our 3K binder. This one is saving for appliances and hopefully a Whirlpool refrigerator. Hubby still has, I don't know what he's doing. I really don't. He said he got the estimate for the trees, and then it just, we had $20 going into that 50. We're just slowly starting to work on this again because we stopped for a while at the beginning of the year because we were doing other challenges. So we are getting back to this. So now we have $20 in that $50 envelope. We are almost halfway to 3K. So if we get up to this point, I don't think it's exactly, I think we're already at $1,500, but just based on the numbers that are in here. But to me, this is like our halfway point. But I know we've saved more than $1,500 in here already. So once we get to, I think the refrigerator is just over $2,000. So if we do this, then I'm hoping maybe if we finish the whole thing, we could do the refrigerator, the oven, and the dishwasher. That would be amazing if we could do that with $3,000. On a sale, if you buy all three, you get a really good sale, like maybe like Labor Day weekend or whatever, whenever they run their sales. Okay, so next up is low priority randomizing. All right, so what do we got here? We have how many envelopes? We have 11. So we are going to need our 12-sided, because we don't have an 11-sided dice, so we're going to need our 12. And I can never remember which one it is. No, that's only 8. 12. It's sitting right there with the 12 on the top saying, here, I'm right here. So let's get our sunken ship. And we have 1s and 5s to stuff in here. So let's just roll. 12 is going to be my choice. So we're going to go to envelope 5, and that is going to get $1. So we have, I think, $30, maybe 40. How many? 10, 20, 30, 50. We have $50 today, which is a lot more than we usually have. We had a little extra money, from our tax return that we've been putting in these envelopes. And that is a 9. The way the little dot is on the bottom. Anyway, whatever you do, whether you want the dot at the top or at the bottom, you just have to be consistent. That's how you know between the 6 and the 9. If your dice, you can't tell the difference, because sometimes my 6 and my 9 are kind of the same. You see that? Oh, that was actually a 6. See, silly me. I don't know. I'm putting it in 9. I'm just putting it in 9. I don't remember which number was at the top, because now they look the same. Because the 6 usually has a bigger circle and the 9 usually has a little circle, but it depends on the dice manufacturer, It doesn't matter as long as you're consistent, right? And then that way they each get love. Okay, we're going to budget supplies. and that's a 3. And I went to change my thing to electronics and office, and then I forgot I actually made envelopes out of these things. I couldn't just slip it in. So I have to make new envelopes for the new titles. Did we put that in? Yeah, I guess we did, because it has $2 in there, and we're going to 5. Oops, don't lose the money, Margie. Gifts. And 7 is outdoor. Outdoor needs some love. That is a 6. So we're 6 is date night. And then 2 is going to be crafts. And 5 is gifts. We still haven't given my niece, my great niece, her birthday present. We need to do that. They're busy. They're very busy. My nephew, my choice, I think is going to need to be retail therapy. We spent a lot more than $1, that's for sure. 9 is self-care. He's a firefighter. He's actually a forestry firefighter, and he has his own tower, truck, you name it. This time of year, he starts to get very busy, so it's very hard to get together with them. We usually see them more in the winter time when they're not as busy. So that's 6. And then we're going to go back to 1, which is budget supplies. Yeah, I've been spending a little bit in budget supplies because I'm starting to think about my 2K giveaway. So there's going to be some money and some physical products. And then I came across a lot of stuff that I have not been able to give away. And somebody mentioned, why don't you just do a random giveaway? So we did one, the $25 giveaway, but that wasn't for a physical product. That was actually for money. And then, what else was going on? Oh, and then there were people that didn't claim their prizes, and you had a certain amount of time to claim it, just to be fair, but I left it open and I tried to reach out to these people and they never got back to me. So no worries. I mean, we just save it for the next one. All right, crafts got a spicy 5. Budget supplies is going to get a spicy 5. 3 is electronics. That definitely needs it because I'm going to need blue ink of all things, of course. Everything's blue, so I tend to use more blue than anything. Oh, electronics is getting more, which is great because it needs it. 8 is going to be retail therapy. Yes, 8. Give 8 more. Give 8 more. Did you hear me? Outdoor needs it too. Okay, so we are done with the randomizing. Let me go back to the beginning. And I am going to record everything that's in the binder so I can put them in the tracker. I will do that off camera. So hold on. I should have said, hold please, like Karen does. She's so cute. Okay, so in budget supplies, we saved $8. And now we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So $25 now in budget supplies. Budget supplies, budget evolution supplies, whatever you want to call it. $7 is going into crafts. So now we have $8 in crafts. Electronics is getting $12. Oh, that's good because this needs it. So we got 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1 and 2, $22. This is office supplies as well. As I was saying, garden only got $1. So garden now has 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We really need like cow manure and that kind of stuff for the vegetable garden and plants. We got to buy plants. 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought about skipping the garden this year and maybe just doing like maybe 1 or 2 plants because we really don't have the funds, but we'll see. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and $15 in gifts. $2 going into date night. We are actually going out to dinner with our neighbors next door, our really good friends, the ones that just got back from Japan. So I can't wait to hear and see some pictures. So $17 in date night. So if we do go over in dining, we will pull it out of here. We have $6 going into outdoor, and that is all that it has. And we have $6 going into retail therapy, and we need a lot more than that. Right now, we have the money from my daughter. She gave me $102 for Marshalls, and I only have 8, and I know I spent like nearly $200. So a lot of our extra, any of our money that's that we finish in our sinking funds is definitely going to go to retail therapy. So we need to finish some of those. $2 going into self-care, and self-care now has $1, 2, 3, 4, and $5. I really like doing the check-in because then it really shows me how much I'm spending each week and where I'm overspending and where you know, pretty much where I'm overspending, not underspending, because we don't care if we underspend because we're saving money, right? YouTube now has 1, 20, 35, 36, and 37. And you'll see me start to take some money out of here, and that's because I'm slowly getting things, like I said. So we do have a couple of items that I'll probably put into that giveaway, but I think, I don't know, I want to do one for my birthday. So you'll see this video before my birthday. My birthday is the last day of April, the 30th. And yes, I'm turning, I was going to say 47. I wish. I'm turning 57. We have $4 going into party fund. And then if you saw my check, oh, you won't see my check-in until the end of the month. We had, I don't know what I did. So when I go to edit that video, we had extra funds. And I was like, where did it come from? Because my tracker said one thing and my tray said one thing. And then I was like, where's all this extra money? So at some point, maybe when I do that video, I'll figure it out and then we'll know where to put those extra dollars, because we also took a couple from my stash cash. All right, so that was our low priority binder. And I think that's it. Did we get everything? I think we did. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. And I hope you guys are all enjoying the spring weather. It's been raining a lot here in New Jersey, so stay dry, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, everyone.